Mean Girls, a 2014 comedy film, dives into the ruthless world of high school social circles. The film centers around Katie Heron, a homeschooled teenager who navigates the complex dynamics of a new school and gets entangled with the Plastics, a powerful clique led by the queen bee herself, Regina George. Regina George is the epitome of popularity and cruelty. She wields her influence with an iron fist, manipulating and scheming to maintain her position at the top of the social pyramid. Though seemingly flawless on the outside, the film gradually reveals the cracks in Regina's carefully crafted persona, hinting at the complexities beneath the surface. In the iconic teen comedy, Mean Girls, Regina George reigns supreme as the queen bee, notorious for her cutting remarks and ironclad grip on the social scene. While she's undoubtedly the film's antagonist, there are multiple perspectives through which we can analyze her. Is Regina simply a villain, or is there more to her? Regina George, the antagonist in Mean Girls, is often portrayed as a one-dimensional villain, known for her manipulation and cruelty, such as creating a burn book to spread gossip. But analyzing deeply, it might appear that there is more to her character. They suggest that Regina's seemingly confident exterior may hide insecurities and a desire for genuine connection. This debate invites viewers to consider the complexities of human behavior and whether villains can be defined solely by their actions or if there are underlying factors influencing their choices. We can view Regina as a complex individual, sparking a discussion about the multifaceted nature of human character. While Regina's villainy is undeniable, here are some specific examples that paint a clear picture of her cruelty. When Katie, initially naive to high school politics, falls for Aaron, Regina deliberately tries to sabotage their connection. She tells Aaron about Katie being a weirdo who wanted to perform spooky voodoo magic in order for Aaron to fall in love with her. The infamous burn book is Regina's personal arsenal of cruelty. Filled with vicious gossip about classmates, it serves as a weapon to humiliate and ostracize anyone who doesn't fit her mold of perfection. Her willingness to publicly shame others reveals a callous disregard for the emotional consequences inflicted. Regina's cruelty extends beyond popularity contests. Janice, the sarcastic outsider, is a constant target of Regina's barbs. From spreading rumor of her being a lesbian because of her artistic style, to excluding her from social circles and gatherings which reinforced Janice's outsider status, and likely using Mean Girls tactics on Janice, which could involve name-calling, spreading gossip, or manipulating situations to humiliate her. Regina's treatment of her fellow plastics isn't any more commendable. She asserts her dominance through manipulation and veiled threats. Gretchen, craving Regina's acceptance, is a clear example. Regina controls them by instilling fear of social exclusion and public embarrassment. She dictates every aspect of their lives, from what they wear and who they befriend, to their activities, beliefs, hairstyles, and makeup, keeping them completely under her control. Despite her cruel streak, Regina isn't just feared, she's admired. Her effortless beauty, undeniable confidence, and sharp wit captivate those around her. Students flock to her, eager for her approval and a coveted spot in her inner circle, the Plastics. Within the Plastics, Regina reigns supreme. She dictates the group's fashion, social calendar, and even their opinions. Her leadership, though often manipulative, is undeniable. The other Plastics, Gretchen, Karen, and even Katie initially, crave her validation and readily follow her lead. They fear her wrath and desperately want to bask in the reflected glory of her popularity. However, this idolization comes at a cost, as Regina's cunning leadership often fuels their insecurities and reinforces her self-serving agenda. While Regina's actions in Mean Girls are undoubtedly cruel, it's important to consider the societal pressures that might contribute to her behavior. High school is often a breeding ground for social hierarchy, with popularity holding immense power. Regina navigates a world where social status is paramount. The film portrays a society that glorifies popularity, creating immense pressure to conform and fit into specific social circles. This pressure can warp self-worth and incentivize individuals like Regina to prioritize their own standing at the expense of others. Throughout the film, Mean Girls emphasizes the societal obsession with beauty as the ultimate measure of worth. Regina embodies this standard, perpetuating it within her circle and using it as a weapon against others. Surrounded by images and messages that equate beauty with success and acceptance, Regina may feel the need to maintain her flawless image to maintain power and validation. Though Regina sits at the top of the social pyramid, she still navigates the complexities of peer pressure. Maintaining her position requires constant vigilance and maneuvering. The pressure to fit in, even at the top, can fuel Regina's competitive and manipulative tendencies as she strives to maintain control within the group. Recognizing these influences allows for a richer discussion about the factors that shape individuals and the potential consequences of navigating a society fixated on superficiality and power dynamics. The school environment in Mean Girls acts as a microcosm of societal pressures, amplifying the competition and conformity that contribute to Regina's behavior. Here's how. The film portrays a school environment where students are constantly compared and categorized. Cliques flourish, reinforcing a sense of us versus them and creating a pressure to fit in or be ostracized. This constant comparison fuels competition, pushing students like Regina to strive for dominance and control, potentially resorting to manipulative tactics to stay on top. The pressure to conform is omnipresent. From clothing choices to social interactions, individuality is often discouraged. This pressure can be particularly stifling for students who don't fit the mold, further fueling insecurities and potentially pushing Regina to enforce a narrow standard of behavior within her own circle. Without positive guidance and surrounded by unhealthy competition and conformity, Regina might be searching for validation in the wrong places. The need to feel accepted and maintain control could manifest in her manipulative actions as she seeks to assert her dominance and establish her own sense of worth through external validation. Recognizing the influence of the environment can provide a more nuanced perspective on what drives her actions. This underscores the importance of having healthy influences and inclusive environments that encourage individuality and compassion. While societal pressures, school environment, and lack of positive influences may contribute to understanding Regina's behavior, they do not absolve her of her actions. Regina is not a passive participant in the harmful system she navigates. She actively chooses to participate in and perpetuate a culture of cruelty. She strategically manipulates, ostracizes, and inflicts pain on others to maintain her position at the top. While exploring the underlying factors that might influence her behavior allows for a more comprehensive analysis, it is vital to remember that Regina ultimately makes conscious choices. She chooses to wield her power in toxic ways, inflicting harm on others for personal gain. While the film sheds light on the complex factors that may shape individuals' behavior, it is equally important to emphasize the power to choose kindness over cruelty. It's true that Regina actively chooses to participate in the harmful system depicted in Mean Girls. Her actions cannot be brushed under the rug as she consciously employs manipulative tactics to maintain her power. The societal pressures of popularity, the relentless pursuit of beauty standards, and the potential lack of positive influences create a breeding ground for individuals like Regina. Within this system, Regina finds the validation and control she may crave, albeit through unhealthy means. The constant competition and conformity present in the school environment further exacerbate the issue, leaving students vulnerable to the influence of dominant individuals who exploit these existing pressures. Her choices ultimately define her actions. When analyzing Regina George's character in Mean Girls, it becomes evident that her behavior is a result of a combination of influences. One viewpoint suggests that societal expectations, such as the importance placed on popularity, adhering to beauty standards, and the culture of competition, significantly shape Regina's actions. In a society where these qualities are highly prized, Individuals like Regina might feel compelled to engage in harmful behaviors to maintain their social standing. Another perspective suggests that Regina's behavior is predominantly a result of her personal decisions. While her environment could have influenced her actions, she ultimately made deliberate choices to manipulate and harm others by using social cliques as a form of power. This perspective underscores individual agency, indicating that even in challenging circumstances, individuals can choose kindness over cruelty. Mean Girls encourages viewers to contemplate the complexity of human behavior, highlighting the interaction between various influences. While understanding Regina's environment provides context, it does not justify her actions. By taking a nuanced approach to Regina's character, we can glean valuable insights about empathy, accountability, and the consequences of our choices on others. Regina George, the iconic queen bee from Mean Girls, is more than just a one dimensional villain. Her reign of terror over the school hallways, fueled by manipulation and cruelty, sparks a debate that goes beyond the film's final credits. Is Regina solely defined by her villainous actions, or is there more to her story? The film delves into the societal pressures that shape Regina's world. The relentless pursuit of popularity and the suffocating focus on beauty standards create a fertile ground for individuals like Regina to prioritize themselves at the expense of others. The competitive and conformist school environment further amplifies these pressures, pushing students like Regina to navigate the social hierarchy with an us versus them mentality. However, Mean Girls doesn't offer easy answers. While acknowledging the external forces shaping Regina's behavior adds complexity, it doesn't excuse her actions. Regina actively participates in the system, wielding her power with calculated cruelty. Her deliberate manipulation, the infamous burn book, and her treatment of others highlight a conscious choice to inflict pain and maintain control. The film concludes without a definitive answer, leaving viewers to grapple with the complexity of Regina's character and the societal issues at play. Does the environment absolve her of responsibility, or do her choices ultimately define her? This is a question each viewer must answer for themselves.